Well, folks, as promised, this is part 2 of Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine this week from High Rock Lake here and up in beautiful Lexington, North Carolina. And as promised, I have a special guest here that I tell you what, there is not an American alive here, especially an outdoorsman, especially a fan of NASCAR. I have got the one, the only Richard Childress of RCR Racing. He is a NASCAR legend, a Hall of Famer. Richard, I tell you what, it is just an honor to have you in the Bob Redfern Chevrolet boat today, and
Yeah.
it's just awesome to get you on this lake and do some fishing.
Well, thank you, Bob. I'm great to be here with our Chevrolet boat, and I know this is going to be a great day out here fishing. High Rock produced some great fishing here in Lexington, so pretty excited about being with you. Heard a lot about you. First time I'm going to get to fish with you.
Well, listen, I tell you what, there's going to be a whole lot of talking going on in the boat. Now, I'm not really worried about catching fish. We want to do that, but I want to talk about RCR, and I want to talk about Richard Childress. I want to talk about the family. We're going to visit the museum on today's show. We're going to the Vineyard. We're going to talk about your passion, your life, and just exactly what you love. And I know you're a big outdoorsman. So we got that. And I'm going to also ask you about Ethel, folks. You got to pay attention. We're going to talk about Ethel, okay? If you don't know who Ethel is, you will before we get done.
She's a beauty, I'll tell you. She's a nice one.
Yes.
A little overweight at times, but she's fine.
She is, she right. Well, folks, that's what we got going on this week up here in beautiful Lexington, North Carolina. And I tell you what, Richard Childress is on the boat with Bob Redfern. Stay tuned because we got more great action coming this week right here on Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine. Oh, look at that beautiful rainbow.
This week's destination is brought to you by Chevrolet. Chevrolet, finding new roads in the outdoors. Today's Chevrolet destination features another great fishing destination that you can find more information about by going to Bob's Top 16 at www.bobredfern.com. And be sure to check out all the award-winning Chevrolet vehicles at Chevrolet.com for your next outdoor destination.
Get him in here.
Yes, sir. You got it?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, we got a nice little fish
That
there.
is awesome.
That's cool, man.
Man.
Thank you.
Bo, that is cool. That
Thank
is
you,
awesome.
sir.
Look at here.
Yeah, how about that?
Look at that.
Nice little bird.
Folks, that is Richard Childress behind that rod and reel right there.
Rolled
this
him
morning.
in.
Man,
I didn't
I'm
get the
telling
first,
you.
but I didn't get the
Look
last.
at that. Wow.
You want to release him?
Yes, sir. Put him back in there. We'll catch him again.
Oh, yeah.
Richard, listen,
Thank you.
before the next cast now,
Okay.
I got to take this opportunity. I've got to ask you a question because in this segment, it's always great to catch fish, but I want all of our viewers out there, take us back to 1969. What was it like for Richard Childress when you started?
You know, I drove my old truck down the road, went to Talladega, and that's when they had the boycott. Life's about breaks. We've all had breaks in our life, and when you take them. And I was at Talladega. Those guys boycotted the other drivers, the PDA. I raced the day before. Bill France gave me $250 to come, $250.
Oh, wow.
But and then we won money and raced on Sunday, won more money. He gave us $500 to race that day, and so it was a big break. I came back home, started a garage, started a business. And life's about breaks, and from then on, it's been good. You know, I think I came home with about $2,500 or $3,000 in '69. I looked at that and I said, I'll never have to work again. Here I am today, still working. So.
Well, you know, I'll just tell you, you were a one-man show. I mean, the driver, the hauler, I mean, the mechanic, you did it all.
Yeah.
And I know it's a passion for you, but I have to ask you, okay, let's tune it up a little bit, because I know it wasn't easy between '69 and '83, but '83 something special happened.
Yep. 1981, we ended up, Dale Earnhardt, we're at Talladega. And we ended up, he didn't like what was going on with he and Rod Ostler and those guys. So I met with him in Anniston, Alabama. It's a downtowner, and we put a deal together for Dale Earnhardt. Start driving for me, run 10 races in '81, and I put Ricky Rudd in the car for '82 and '83, and Dale came back in '84. We were old hunting buddies down in South Carolina, and we always talked about wanting to get back together. And when we did, the rest of it's history.
Gosh, what was it like to win that first championship with Dale behind the wheel?
You know, it's like someone had lifted a tractor and trailer off of my shoulders, you know, because the pressure of having a past champion, Rookie of the Year, a great driver like Dale Earnhardt, not win a championship, and to finally win it in 1986 was unbelievable. Then go to the Waldorf Astoria. You know, here's the old country boy up at Waldorf. All of us were, Dale was too, but we had a blast.
Oh my gosh.
I think we drank them out of champagne though.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, Richard, I tell you what, we had an opportunity to go by the museum over there. You've got a great staff, and Jerry Haley was our tour guide over there. So I tell you what, folks, if you want a lifetime experience, you want to go see all about this young man right here and RCR Racing, I tell you what, it's just one of those great destination trips. Run over to the museum in Welcome, North Carolina, and I tell you what, we're going to flip on over there right now because me and Richard are going to get back to catching fish. I tell you, he's ahead of me, huh? Man, the race is on. Let's take a look at RCR Racing Museum right over in Welcome, North Carolina. Well, folks, listen, we're here at RCR Racing, Richard Childress Racing Museum, and I'll tell you what, joining me today is, well, a 30-year veteran here at RCR. It's Jerry Haley. He's the Director of Quality Management for RCR Racing, and I tell you what, this guy, I just want to, you know, just congratulate you for 30 great years of being in this sport. But what you don't know that this guy told us off camera, he was part of the pit crew for 15 years carrying tires. I mean, this is back in the day when work was work, okay? Not like that.
Yeah, well, work really hasn't slowed down. We still do a lot of work now, but it's a lot different than then. You know, we had a lot of different challenges than they have in today's world. But yeah, thank you for being here. This is it's quite an honor for us to have you here with us, get to show you around our museum. So we're standing in the middle of what we've kind of preserved as a lot of the Dale Earnhardt race cars. I think we've identified there's a little over 50 race cars that Dale had that he drove. Richard owns 47 of those. There's a couple of them that have gone away from here, but he's preserved most of those. There's a couple of cars that we preserved that they were as raced. So obviously the Daytona 500 win in 1998, that car's in our museum. It came right off the racetrack, went into the NASCAR museum for a year. We brought it back here and it's just like it was when he raced it. Another really neat car that we have is a Monte Carlo. It was a 1987 Monte Carlo. It was originally a Wrangler car and then became a Goodwrench car, and it won the first race at North Wilkesboro. That car is also as raced. It has all of the bumps and bruises and there might be a few dents around the front of the car because that was his horn. So you'll get to see that kind of thing in here, that car's still preserved. Then we have a lot of cars that are unique to history. The car that Dale won in the year 2000 at Talladega when he was running, I think he was 18th with 5 laps to go, and came through the field and won the race, and it made history. So we still have that car preserved in here. And a lot of other cars and a lot of great memories inside of this building. Across in the other side of the shop, we have what was formerly the engine shop. Now we have preserved all the cars that we raced for special schemes. During the All-Star race every year, we'd come up with a different car. It might be the 25th anniversary of R.J. Reynolds being in the sport. We have that car in here. We have the Bass Pro car that Dale won, raced. It was actually a gold car, and several others that you'll see in that side of the shop. And then down in our lower section, that's our championship row. There's several cars. The car that we won some championships with Austin when he won the nationwide championship, Ty's truck wins, just a lot of history on that section of the shop. So we kind of have it broken up into 3 little sections, and then what's really neat is in between we have a National Wildlife Preserve. We can go in and get to see a lot of animals. So it's a good place. As a matter of fact, there's some fish in there that you might be interested in seeing. There's some good sized bass that might have been taken from Texas that you might be interested in.
Well, Jerry, listen, I'm telling you what, big bass, big animals, lots of rubbing and racing going on up here. I want to thank you so much for giving us the tour here at RCR Museum. And you know, this is Richard's legacy is right here, the history. I mean, it's all right here. And folks, I'll tell you what, come on up to Lexington, North Carolina, the barbecue, rubbing is racing. I know Jerry will get out here with some tires. He'll practice with you. I know he will. You'll do it, won't you?
I'll practice.
And I'll tell you what, I may even come with you and practice myself.
As long as I can go fishing with you.
You can do it, Bo. We'll get on the boat out there. But listen, come up here, bring the family, stop in. You've got to see this wonderful complex up here that Richard's built, and the family. I tell you what, it's absolutely out of this world. And with that, we're headed on back out to High Rock Lake. I think me and Richard have got a big one in our history. We'll see, okay?
We'll see.
Thank you, Bo.
Thank you.
Welcome to Upcountry, South Carolina. Discover the 6 counties in Upcountry, South Carolina that run from metropolitan cities with fine dining and cultural events to pristine natural beauty and all the adventure that goes with it. From hiking, rafting, to some of the best fishing in the Southeast. 6 counties, 1 state, a million opportunities. Upcountry, South Carolina. Perfectly seasoned.
When hunting out of an elevated stand, always use a lifeline so you can stay connected from bottom to top. Your family will be glad you did.
This has been another safety hunting tip from South Carolina DNR. Remember, safe hunting is no accident.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work. This good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Before you take aim, be sure to positively identify your target. Either use your eyes or binoculars. Never shoot at just sound.
This has been another safety hunting tip from South Carolina DNR. Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine is being brought to you today by these great partners. By the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, making life better in the outdoors of South Carolina. By Abu Garcia, Fish to Win with Abu Garcia. By Upcountry, South Carolina. Upcountry, South Carolina, perfectly seasoned. By Southern Woods Plantation, offering the best quail hunting in the Southeast. And by Santee Cooper Country. Discover the natural wonders of South Carolina's Great Lakes.
Fish on, Richard. Fish on, brother. You know, I kind of bounced that off a rock down there. Oh, okay.
That's a nice little fish.
Well, yeah, but you're still in the lead.
There you go.
You're still in the lead.
Good job, man.
Oh, my gosh. Come here, big boy.
Catch and release.
Come here, big boy. Yeah, well,
That's
you got
good.
it about I'm
There you
telling
go,
you
bud.
right there, yeah.
You got him.
Woo, get on back in there. Well, folks, me and Richard's going to take a little pause here from fishing. I tell you, it's been a great morning. It's just been an honor and a privilege to have you on board the boat. I got to ask you, we had a great visit yesterday, and we're going to talk about that in a minute with the folks out at the Vineyards. But tell me about your passion for wine and this beautiful place that you've built.
Yeah, well, you know, goes way back to when we were racing in Riverside, California in the early 70s. We could go out there and you could drink for free. Well, times have changed. You can't do that now. But we'd go out there and I said, man, if I ever get to where I can make any money, I'd love to have a winery. So then we started going to Sonoma, California, and up in New York at the Finger Lakes. And I said, man, I'd love to have a winery one day. And so 2001 came up and I said, okay, we're going to build a winery. And I was going to do a small winery at my farm, my cattle farm. And then I ended up building it down on the highway. When 9/11 happened, we were going to move our shops there. So instead, I put the winery there. And I just love it. You know, I just love the passion for wine, the people that's involved in it. I got a great winemaker, great people working in everything I'm involved in. It's all about people. And I'm very fortunate to have the caliber of people I have with me.
Well, the Devil's Tribute, okay, I got a bottle of that from my wife. I got your Cabernet. I tell you, I know that's the one that you serve most of your guests when they come. And then, of course, folks, you want a souvenir to take home, the Dale Earnhardt #3. That is just an absolute gotta have.
Gotta have. If you're a NASCAR fan, we sell a lot of it. But I'll tell you, you know, being with you today, Bob, is just relaxing. You know, I don't get many days like this, and being out here on the water at Lake Norman in Lexington, it's just a pleasure to be with you, man, and honor a veteran like yourself. It's just an honor to be here fishing with you and Chevrolet and all our friends today.
Well, listen, I tell you what, we're going to take a look now at this segment out at the beautiful Richard Childress Vineyards, okay? Let's head on over there, because I tell you what, this young lady, she's got it going on over there. Well, folks, joining me now here at the Richard Childress Vineyards, just outside of Lexington, North Carolina. I tell you what, you know, it's all about RCR and rubbing his racing, and I got to be honest with you, though, this is a kinder, gentler setting out here. And joining me is Crystal Gray. She is a director of wine tasting up here at the Vineyard. She's been here for about 6 years. Born and raised in Lexington. Thank you, Crystal, for being a guest on the show today.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. You know, tell us a little bit of background and history about this beautiful place. I know Richard loves it. He comes here all the time. Probably hangs out a lot.
He does. We call him the regular around here.
There you go. Well, tell us about the Vineyard, and I mean, this is just awesome. This is a place you see in Napa Valley.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're one of the premier wineries on the East Coast of North Carolina. Richard opened the winery here in 2004. When he first opened the winery here in Lexington, we had about 20 wineries in the state at that time. But Richard brought kind of a new concept to the area of growing grapes that were not native to North Carolina. And so we're known for our European style grape varieties that we grow here.
Tell everybody when they come up here, bring the family, bring the wife, okay?
Absolutely.
What can they find when they get here? Because it's fabulous.
So we have everything from our tastings. We have a tasting that is done by reservation. We have tastings where you can come and just walk up and enjoy some of our wine selections. We have flight tastings that you can take out here on the beautiful premises to enjoy. We have a bistro that has some of the best food in the area, and I say that and I mean it. Really, we do have some of the best food here. We also offer tours. We're a working winery, so when you come to do a tour, you're going to see us in action. We're going to be in the middle of transferring wines from our stainless steel vats to our barrels. We also have different events like concerts that happen here. We have local artists that come out and perform on the weekends. We are open 7 days a week, so 10 to 5, you can pretty much come at any time, start a wine tasting, have some lunch, sit out here on the lawn and enjoy a glass of wine or a bottle of wine. So there's a lot to offer here at the Childress Vineyards.
Crystal, thank you so much for hosting us today here at the Childress Vineyards. And folks, when we come back, we're headed over to the Sportsman table for another great recipe.
South Carolina's Santee Cooper Country invites you to relax and get away from the pressures of everyday life from world-class fishing, golf, camping, or lakeside dining on traditional Southern cuisine. With over 450 miles of shoreline, Santee Cooper is an exciting challenge for fishing, canoeing, and kayaking, offering unique outdoor adventures for the whole family. Santee Cooper Country. Discover the natural wonders of South Carolina's Great Lakes. To receive a free newsletter and e-news, just log on at santeecoopercountry.org.
Southern Woods Plantation. The name itself conjures up images of a time gone by. A time of towering pines, mule-drawn wagons, and covey after covey of bobwhite quail. Southern Woods Plantation has been chosen as one of the top 6 hunting destinations in America. They offer great hunting, comfortable lodging, wonderful food, and world-class dogs. Southern Woods Plantation, where the past can still be experienced today.
Whether you're dealing with a loaded firearm or an unloaded firearm, you want to maintain muzzle control at all times and make sure it's pointed in a safe direction.
This has been another safety hunting tip from South Carolina DNR. Remember, safe hunting is no accident.
Nestled in the western part of South Carolina is the Old 96 District. Comprised of Abbeville, Edgefield, Greenwood, Lawrence, and McCormick counties, this region is rich in history. fishing, hunting, and small town flavor. Old 96 District is part of the South Carolina freshwater coast, covering over 2,000 miles of shoreline, which offer many fishing opportunities and is home to the only wild turkey museum in the world. Local businesses offer a wide variety of unique gifts and foods. Make sure you discover the undiscovered wonders of the Old 96 District of South Carolina.
A good way to ensure a safe outing on the water is to file a float plan with a responsible party. It can be the who, what, where, when, why, and how.
This has been another safety tip from the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources. The Sportsman's Table is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. Whether you live in South Carolina or coming to vacation, make sure you're purchasing South Carolina-grown farm products. Make sure your food is South Carolina certified. It's a matter of taste.
Joining me today from the International Culinary Institute here in beautiful Myrtle Beach and from the campus of Horry Georgetown Tech is chef, and he is the owner, Sean Baxter of Heirloom Bistro. Just opened up recently in downtown Myrtle Beach. And I tell you what, we've got some shrimp here that just knock your socks off. Sean, Bo, this is awesome. Okay.
Well,
tell us what we're doing.
Okay, we're gonna have some Carolina local wild shrimp.
Okay.
And put a little salt and pepper. Get a nice hot pan.
Yeah.
All right. To find shrimp this big, you're gonna need to know somebody, or you can always get them. But they average in size. I picked some really big ones just for us here.
Oh, they did.
Clean up nice like this.
Oh man, those are awesome.
Right. So get your hot pan, some oil in there.
Yeah, gotta have a little butter too.
I like to put a little butter in.
There you
Gives it
go.
a nice color. Okay. So we're gonna get them in there.
And you serve something similar to this to the bistro?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. I'm putting it today with a polenta cake or a grit cake.
Wow.
The difference is just the grind, just finer grind for polenta.
Yeah.
And
Oh, there we go. Okay.
we're gonna do an applewood smoked bacon blackberry jam with it as well. All right, so just get a nice color on them. Is that?
Wow. You know, and one of the things about cooking that I've learned from you guys is don't overcook the fish and the meat.
Oh yeah.
You know?
So while the shrimp is finishing, I'll just go ahead and I will prepare the arugula salad I'm gonna give it.
Okay.
So just get some fresh arugula.
I got you.
All right, get this from Lee's Farmers Market. Some red onion, a little grape tomato, a little salt and pepper,
Oh yeah.
a little extra virgin olive oil, okay? I'm gonna put a couple blackberries in there, just because we have it with the jam that we're
That's
gonna be
neat.
having.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that. Here's our polenta cake. You make your grits the night before, let them cool, cut them out, a little flour, sear them in oil, get a nice color, bake them off until they're hot, about 15 minutes.
Oh. And folks, if you want a copy of Sean's recipe, just log on to bobredfern.com, and you'll be able to see the video as well as get a hard copy. Okay, this is great.
Okay, we'll get our stuff on top
Look
there.
at that. It's great colors too.
Yeah.
You know, when it's all fresh on the menu, certified SC, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Doesn't get better.
I'm telling you. Then add the local caught shrimp.
It's nice when you can live, work, and eat all at home.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah.
All right, so our shrimp are done.
Look at that.
Go ahead and put one down here.
Wow.
See the nice and beautiful. You see how the butter gives it a nice little color.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Come over here. Got our jam here.
Now, what's in the jam?
The jam is blackberries, applewood smoked bacon.
Oh wow.
Okay. And it's just like jelly in the morning, just a little bit different.
I got you.
Okay. We're gonna put a little fried scallions on top also, just to give it a little bit more crunch. Okay. Maybe one or two more berries on it.
There you go.
And that's about it. And there you have it.
Ooh. Sean, that is wonderful looking. I got to tell you.
Thank you.
Thanks, my friend.
Thank
I tell you
you.
what, from Heirloom, listen, everybody's got to get down.
Come on up and see us. We just opened.
You ain't kidding. And folks, as always, buy South Carolina. Log on to CertifiedSC.com and look what's fresh on your menu. And I tell you what, you can come down to downtown Myrtle Beach and you're going to visit folks like Sean and get a wonderful recipe just like this. Well, we'll be back here next week with another great recipe on the Sportsman's Table.
To find out more information on supporting local South Carolina farmers and their products, visit CertifiedSC.com. It's a matter of taste.
Want to know the difference between power bait and other soft plastics? Ask the fish. Berkeley scientists have. Thousands of flavors tested on thousands of fish. Natural, man-made. Every bait that's ever hit the water. And no matter the shape, size, or color, power bait is the only one that is scientifically proven. Fish bite and will not let go.
Take a journey off the beaten path to Lake Hartwell Country. Tucked away in the northeast corner of South Carolina, Lake Hartwell Country is a hidden gem with waterfalls, mountains, beautiful lakes, and history dating back to Revolutionary War times. For the outdoor enthusiasts, Lake Hartwell Country offers fishing, hiking, water recreation, horseback riding, and so much more. Come visit Lake Hartwell Country, the land by the blue wall.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good?
Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine is being brought to you by these great partners. Chevrolet. Find new roads with Chevrolet. By Lake Hartwell Country. The land by the blue wall. By the South Carolina Agriculture Department. It's a matter of taste. By the old 96th District of South Carolina. Come discover the unexpected wonders of South Carolina's 96th District. And by South Carolina Embroidery and Screen Printing. Your one stop for all your company's promotional needs.
Richard, it has been a privilege to have you on board the boat.
No, it's an honor, fishing with you. A legend and also a veteran, and thank you for everything you did for this country. It's been a fun day, beautiful morning. Wind's just getting up a little bit, caught us some fish.
We did catch us some fish.
So what can you beat that?
Well, listen, the best of luck as the team moves forward here, and I know I'll be rooting for them out there, and I just tell you, it's just been a great time today, and it's been a pleasure to be with you again.
Well, thank you very much, and headed to Kansas. Going to try to win a race.
There we go. Well, folks, listen, that's all we got time for this week. The one and only Richard Childress right here on Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine. I tell you what, you'll never know where we're going to end up next week. The outdoors my passion. I want it to be yours too. We'll see you right back here again next week on another episode of Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine. I guess now we got to get it on the trailer, man.
Let's do it.